1 to go signal in the air. We're just about ready for EDCO Welding CRA Street Stock Feature Racing. 50 laps the distance tonight at Angola Motor Speedway. Bill Service, Troy Moyer, row number 1, coming to the green in turn number 4. 50 laps the distance tonight, the Top Speed Fabrication 50 at Angola. We are underway. Already Mason jumping a little bit off of turn number 4. Mason being told to drop back a little bit. He will be okay and gets moving again. Mark Mason dropping back now. Will try to move forward again. The battle for the lead continues at the front of the pack. Bill Service on the low side of Troy Moyer. Moyer, the advantage in the 777. Moyer Harrell moving over to the inside of the white stripe, trying to make it to the infield, but it's going to bring out our first caution of this Top Speed Fabrication 50. Yellow flag is out. Caution displayed. 5 laps have been completed. 45 laps to go in this Top Speed Fabrication 50. Caution for the 19th back out. We're underway. 5 laps in. 45 to go. And it's a feature action, and again Moyer goes into the lead. See if he closes the door this time on Service. Might not have to. We have 3 wide for a moment. Foreman backs out of it. 3 wide again in 3 and 4. Caught in the outside lane is Service. Service on the outside of 3 wide. He's going to drop like a rock towards the back. Eddie Wolf in the 93 car is sideways. Wolf has dropped several spots. So is Service. 3 wide again on the back straightaway. Racing all over the track. Chad Foreman extremely quick in the 7 before he cut a right front tire down. Right front tire flat on the number 7 of Chad Foreman. He comes down the front stretch. Comes to the finish line. Foreman in the Deech Trailers Deech Sales and Service car was one of the rockets here early on, but he's cut down a right front and will head pit side. Jeff Lane, the 73 car, has now moved up into the 2nd spot. Lane definitely the class of this field right now after the 7 car of Chad Foreman had to drop to the pits. Lane from 10th to 2nd and just half a car length. Now a car length behind the 777 of race leader Troy Moyer. Moyer leads. Lane 2nd. 3rd is Mason. 4th is Segbich. It's a 4-car breakaway. Lane has plenty of time to make this move. Let's see if he's patient. Running the bottom is Moyer. Lane a little bit lower on the front stretch. Moyer closes the door, gives him a half a lane down in turns 1 and 2. The momentum in the outside lane, keeping Moyer ahead. Lane, powerful engine under the hood. Dives hard into turn 3. Goes up the banking. 8 tires better than 4. Coming down the front stretch, Jeff Lane, the new leader. Lane takes the lead. Mark Mason for 2nd. He rubs some paint with Moyer. And caution is out. The 6 of Oberlin, the 77 of Drummond bring out the yellow with 16 laps in. Excitement at the front of the pack for the EDCO Welding CRA Street Stock Division. And deep in the field, the 6 of Oberlin damaged left side of his car. Lane. Troy Moyer up front. Moyer will try to get to the bottom before Mason goes underneath him. Mason has been good on restarts. He has gone to the bottom with drivers in front of him already on restarts. See if he can get to the inside of Moyer for 2nd here. And green is out. Jeff Lane resumes in the lead. In front of Troy Moyer. Moyer does close the door on Mason. Oh boy, gonna be tight coming off of 2. Plenty of racing room over there though, but Mason pulls alongside. They enter turn 3, door to door. Inside Mason, outside Moyer for the 2nd spot. Lap number 17 on the board. Pulling to the infield, the 83 of Tanner Perry. Will have to try it all again. Just 21 laps in the books, 29 to go. And 22 across the strike for the 73 of Jeff Lane. Mason 2nd. Wolf up to 3rd. 4th is Segbich. And in the number 5 spot, look out. Royer's gone around on his own. Spins it 360 in front of the rest of the field. 4 goes into the infield to avoid and caution out. Andrew Royer exiting turn number 4. The car whipped around in a solo spin in front of the field. 27 of 4 just avoiding the accident with a spin. Truck into the infield. Jeff Lane and Mark Mason to restart. 21 laps in, 29 to go at Angola Motor Speedway, the Top Speed Fabrication 50. is back underway. 29 from the finish, Jeff Lane looking for the street stocks. Into one, they're still side by side. Mason, good run off of turn 2, stays alongside, got a little sideways. Exiting the second corner, falls back into the second spot. They're bumper to bumper, maybe some slight contact in 4. They continue on. Jeff Lane, Mason. Mason looks pretty hooked up on the bottom middle of the turn. He's able to close the gap to Lane. Lane, a lot of power in that 73, though, pulls back away. Wolf and Segovich for the number 3 spot. A little bit of smoke coming from the 91 of Segovich. Aminette has Nestor looking low off of 4. Nestor would like to take a pass on this 21 car and just get a caution. Nestor right there on the rear bumper of Aminette in turn number 2. Aminette protecting the bottom lane. 17 to go at the line for Jeff Lane. Nestor looking for an opening. Aminette's done a nice job the last 9.5 to protect the preferred racing groove. So to the outside goes Nestor. Nestor will try the second lane. 777 car, Moyer with some problems. Got some smoke coming out of that ride. He's going to get the black flag. Some fairly heavy smoke coming out of Troy Moyer's car, and he's being sent to the pits. He had fallen back towards the tail end of the top 10. And Nestor continues to work the high lane. The last couple of laps, still working on the high lane of Aminette. Nestor working hard in the second groove, trying to make it happen on the back straightaway. 14 to go for Jeff Lane. Brian Nestor, one of the harder workers in this race, coming from the 14th starting position. Still Aminette holding them off. These two drivers have been side by side for 5 circuits now. Aminette on the low side. Nestor working the high lane, rubbing some paint. They get sideways, both drivers up in 4. Closing in on 2, the points runner up Josh Poor in car number 27. Nestor will drop back into line, apply a little bit of bumper down in turn number 2. They continue in the right direction, 12 to go. Battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. There's the opening. The door has been opened wide for the 31 car of Nestor. Aminette drops into the number 5 spot. Nestor's up to 4th. He now needs a yellow. Running in the number 6 spot, the 27. We've got debris on the front straightaway. Caution flag coming out, yellow coming out for debris on the front straightaway. Yellow for debris on the front stretch coming off of one of our rides on the track. Pace truck into the infield. Lane and Mason coming to the green, turn 4. 11 laps from the finish, and we're underway. Lane resumes in the lead. Contact up front. Lane getting contact from Mason. Nestor's up to 3rd. Here comes Wolf back to the inside. Wolf and Nestor rub some paint. Look out, that left rear tire. Now Wolf with a flat right front and slows on the front straightaway up along the wall. Wolf in the 93 with a flat right front, and caution is out. Not the first time we've seen a driver with a flat tire in this race with contact with another competitor. That time it was the 93 of Eddie Wolf diving to the low side. Ready for the green coming off of turn 4, Jeff Lane. 10 cars again for the restart. Watch Nestor in the 31, getting ready for his modified race up next. He'd like to start it with a street stock win. We're underway. Mason on the outside, might be caught out there. Here comes Nestor to the bottom. Lane leads. All Nestor had to check up. 4 makes contact in the 27 car. Single file up front. Top 4, single file. Rest of the field double wide. 9 laps remaining. Jeff Lane, Mark Mason, 1st and 2nd. Single file up front into the 5th spot. The 21 of Aminette, double file behind him. 42 laps in. 42 complete. Nestor in the 31, running 3rd. Josh Ford just went off the banking a little bit. The right side tires picked up some dirt, running in the 4th spot, and Nestor now. The opening is there. Can he fill it? Mark Mason gives him a little bit of room down in 1 and 2. Nestor pulling alongside, some slight contact between the two. Continue on. 6 laps to go this time, 44 complete. Jeff Lane leads. Nestor is taking second away and does it the line by half a car length. Ryan Nestor to second. We knew he'd be on the move in this race. Got shuffled back mid-race. Cost him some extra time that he would have had to challenge up front, but he has moved into second. 5 more laps to go for Jeff Lane. Lane running smooth at the front of the field after his track record pole-setting speed earlier today. Nestor in the number 2 position. Mason running third. 3 to go at the line this time for Jeff Lane. 3 to go. Jeff Lane, 47 laps complete, taking over pretty early in the race, considering he started in the number 10 position. Eddie Wolf trying to make his way back through the field after a flat right front tire a little while ago. 2 laps remaining for Jeff Lane. 2 to go. For the current point leader, be a good point stay for Lane. Second place competitor in 88. 27 of Josh Bourne. He's running in the 4th spot. White flag. White flag in the hand of Robert Power. Final circuit. 1 lap left for Jeff Lane. Spinning all kinds of tires. That 21 car of Aminette trying to stay ahead of Wolf. They make some contact. Continue on out at 2. Wolf's going to take the spot momentarily. But coming off before the Richmond Performance Scooter. 73. Jeff Lane the winner. Second, Nestor. Third, Mason. 4th, Poor. 5th, Aminette. 6th, Wolf. 7th, Jacob. Royer, 8th. 9th to Drummond. And in the number 10 spot, the 19 of Carroll. Modified 50-lap feature coming up next here at Angola Motor Speedway. An exciting street stock race that saw our top qualifier come from the number 10 starting position into the lead and onto the victory.